Hello and welcome to Ready Set Demo. If you don't know me, I'm Liz Shannon, a 19-year UK Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I run a website called Ready Set Demo where I share ready-to-teach classes, creative inspiration and business building tips. And that's what I'm going to be sharing today. This is a little talk about newsletter lists. Whether you already send your customers newsletters or if you've never done so, I hope you will find some helpful tips here. We're going to cover why do you need a newsletter, how to get started, and do you need a special platform? How often should you send a newsletter and what should you include? So grab a notebook and a drink or listen while you cut for your next class and we'll get started. So, why do you need a newsletter list? Well, there are lots of reasons, but I'm going to start with the very top one. You can contact your customers directly, right into the email box. You don't need to hope they see your online post or that they stumble over your video. You're in control. So that is the top reason. You can share your brand. Your individuality, making clear that you're unique and different from other Stampin' Up demonstrators. We all have something different to offer. You can do this both with the look of your newsletter, the header, your logo, your lovely smiley face on a picture, but also the content you choose to include. You know your audience. So you know what they want and the message that you put out can be tailored to meet their needs. You can choose what offerings you wish to share. Stampin' Up now has a ton of different offerings going on all the time. And you may have classes and events that you want to advertise as well. We all know that too much information can be overwhelming and we can do it ourselves and go, no, too much. I'm not going to do any of it. So you can tailor that down and just pick the things that you particularly want to share. Social media platforms don't like external links. Now, this is another big reason for having a newsletter. If you, for example, put out a post about an upcoming class on Facebook, if you put a link on there so that they can book, Facebook's algorithm will simply not share it as much. Tests have shown that you would get a quarter of your normal audience see and be fed that post compared to exactly the same post but without a link on it. And we need links. In your newsletter, you can put as many links as you like to the places people can contact you and book and buy. So that is a really good reason for sending out a newsletter. And finally, and this is very important, when you have a newsletter list, you own that list. You own those contact details. Now people can opt in and opt out, but you're in control of it. As I said earlier, you are in control. So getting started. When you're first starting a business, you may only have a few customers that you could email direct from your own personal account. I'm going to suggest that even if you only have a very few customers, you use an email marketing platform, and this is why. Firstly, it provides a professional looking email for you. You can import your own branding with a logo and a header, as we discussed earlier, but it's kind of a lot of it is done for you. The second reason is that mass emails from a private address are more likely to be tagged as spam in your customers' email inboxes. Now, if you're only sending to one or two customers, it's not probably going to be a problem. But as your business grows, using an email marketing platform is going to prevent that from creeping in. We talked about links outwards. So in other words, when you're saying to people, click here and click here. But something else with links is you can invite people to join your email list. You can advertise it elsewhere and say, come on, come and join us on this email list. And a marketing platform will give you the tools to be able to share that as a link or as a QR code so that people can sign up with you. You can save time by having your own template, and this will speed the process every time you make one of those regular newsletters. You're not having to invent the wheel and type everything in all the time and sort out layout and so on. It can all be there waiting for you when you go in. If you don't have a blog or a website, you can use an email marketing platform to set up one or more landing pages. When you want to send somebody to go and find some further information, you can have a place to send them. And from outside that email, you can also use that same landing page. So if you're advertising a class and you want to put all the details on there, you can create a landing page within the email marketing platform, and from other places you can send people there. It doesn't only have to be from the newsletter. You can set up segments. So for example, if you're doing a local class where it's in person only and it's local, or you're only sending out some things to your avid scrapbookers, you can have a segment of your newsletter list that is called those things: local customers, scrapbookers, and so on. So you don't have to go hunting through your list every time to see who should I send this information to. You can set up automations. So for example, a welcome email or even a series of welcome emails to introduce yourself and your offerings to your new subscribers. It means once it's set up, you don't have to do anything. It just does it automatically when somebody signs up for your newsletter list. Here's another one that is very, very important. It keeps you compliant with sign-up legislation. This is including both confirmations. So if you add somebody to your list that you've asked and they've said, yes, add me, so you add them onto your list, they will then get a confirmation email to say, are you happy with this? Do you want this? And that is actually required. So when we add people, they have the opportunity to say, no, this isn't for me. So what this means basically is we don't accidentally spam people who don't want to hear from us. And talking of that, this setup will also include an unsubscribe button. So people who aren't interested anymore in the offering can easily unsubscribe from us. Email marketing providers also give you analysis tools. This allows you to see things like who is opening your emails, who's interacting with them, and that'll help you understand how interesting your content is and help you tailor it for future emails. An email marketing platform can also grow with you, offering more involved options as you grow your customer list and your business builds. So, who should you use for this? What service should you use? And how much does it cost? There are many email marketing platforms, and most of them have a free starter to get us on board and get us using them. The free goes quite a long way. So, for example, MailChimp, which is what I personally use, is free for up to 500 customers with 1,000 sends a month. So, for example, if you've got up to 250 customers, you can send out 4 emails a month. Does that make sense to those 250 customers? So, or you can send out once a month to 500 customers. And it's free up to that point. Now, there are lots of choices as well as MailChimp. You've got things like MailerLite, Constant Contact, Kit, which used to be called ConvertKit, Aweber, and many, many more. I'm going to encourage you to do your own research on which service to pick. Ongoing prices vary. There's offers sometimes. Some services offer more support, some have more or less of a learning curve to get to use them. So Google email marketing platforms and look for the current comparisons and reviews and see what makes the most sense to you. Also, don't overthink it and worry at this point. As I mentioned earlier, you own your newsletter list. That means you can download and should download your customer details on a monthly basis, just so you've got all the up-to-date details in case anything goes wrong. But also it means that you can at any time import those customers to another service. So without having to sign up all over again, you can move them to another service. So don't over worry when you're first starting out, but do pick something that you think is going to work for you. Now, a lot of free training is provided with, I would say, all the providers, all the big providers. They'll have getting started tutorials in different forms. I personally like videos. I like to watch as somebody shows what to do. And again, YouTube is your friend here. There are so many people who provide that sort of information. Just make sure what you're looking at is up to date, and you can literally watch the YouTube video and follow along as you set up your service. Now let's talk about the nuts and bolts of your actual newsletter. What should go into your newsletter? Think about what your customers will want from you, because you want to be able to fulfill a need for them. This is about them. It's not about us. So what do they want? Do they want creative ideas and instructions? Do they want pretty projects to inspire them? Do they want to be able to sign up for your classes and find out about those? Do you have product suggestions for them? You are their expert, so you can go to them and say, have you seen this? And this is why you may want it. They may want to hear the up-to-date information on special offers that you think will be important to them. No. And they may want to know more about you and what it is that you do. This is just a list to get you started. You can think through what it is that your customers want. But just remember to make each newsletter engaging and informative. Include at least one call to action. Buy it here, sign up here, for example. Include links of the things that you've discussed so people can go away and find out more. And invite interaction. Ask your audience to get back in touch with you and make that easy for them to do. Keep your newsletter short and to the point, but do let your personality and what is unique about you shine through. How often should you send a newsletter? Well, some demonstrators send them out daily or weekly, but the main thing is to be consistent. If it's doable for you to send one email a month, then that's what you do. Whatever you do, just stay in that frame so that people expect to hear from you on the second Tuesday or whatever it is. As an aside, on Ready Set Demo, when I relaunched the website in March 25, I was so excited to share everything that I was doing that I started out by every time I sent out an email, I included a bit of everything. So splitting it down into, here are some classes you can teach. Here are some business building ideas. Here is some creative inspiration. And I did all three in every email. Now, recently, over the last sort of few months, I've broken that down. So I just focus on one of those three areas. It means you, my audience, can scan quickly and say, yep, this is something I'm looking for, Liz, or no, that's not of interest to me. So I'm not wasting your time, and you can very easily see what's coming out. So I'm still providing the same amount of information. I'm just splitting it out as I send. So instead of 1 or 2 emails a month, it's now kind of 2 or 3, but including all of those different areas. So in conclusion, yep, you do need an email list. So if you haven't got one, start one and get ready to send some newsletters. Consider using an email marketing platform to give your newsletters a professional look and provide you with some helpful tools. Make your newsletter stand out from the crowd, show your own personality, and share engaging content. Ask for response in the form of clicks to find more information, orders, bookings, and messages. If you'd like me to talk about different ways to encourage people to sign up for your newsletter list, then do let me know. I can do you a video on that, and I'm happy to put that together. And make sure you're subscribed to the channel and, you're signed up for my newsletter so you don't miss out on a single thing. All the links to do that are in the description box below if you're watching on YouTube, or head over to Ready Set Demo. Thanks for visiting Ready Set Demo today. Bye.